Hi, this is Melissa for BeEnspired. I wanted to welcome you to another episode. And in this episode, I want to call it Be Curious. And what I'm trying to say to you is I want you to be curious. I want you to ask questions. I want you to always think for yourself and think what is the best plan of action for yourself. What do you believe? What are your thoughts? What kind of questions do you have? What do you need answered in order for you to proceed or go forward in life in some area? You know, there are a lot of times when I think this happens to me a lot, especially when I was younger. But um, you know, I would be told to do something, and I would always question, well, why is it that I'm doing this? I'd always be wondering, why is it that I'm doing this action? What is this benefiting? What is this for? And you know, I have to say it hasn't always been the best trait. It doesn't come up the best sometimes in jobs because I'm always questioning authority and questioning things. But I have this inherent nature just to question so I can learn. I want to know. I want to have a bigger, grander thoughts about things. And it became really apparent to me tonight after my uh, neighborhood council meeting that I was at, that I participate on as a board member. And it appeared to me how curious the people really are when they come in and they ask questions, or when you come in and participate, you know, what kind of comments that you can make in a couple minutes. And it's interesting to see the kind of dynamics and kind of, you know, just being there in a community post, to seeing what people think about you, or they maybe say about the people who are sitting there, but they may or may not have any idea of who we are, what we actually do, and how we meet, and just kind of about our way of behaving. But I think that's good though, because like I said, you should always be curious. If there's something doesn't seem right to you, ask the questions about it. If you're getting a gut intuition about something and it's just throwing you off or something like that, be curious. Don't just sometimes take it for granted as is and not say anything and stay quiet. I think it's in your best interest to speak up for yourself. You do have a voice, and I think it's really important that you use it and get your thoughts and your feelings and anything that you want to say really across. Um, the more knowledge that you have, that you actually put it into action, I think is good. There is just so many different ways that you know, we take things for granted. Somebody says something, that's just like it is. I'll probably use this in a later example, but let me give you an example. There's, like, you know, um, there's a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, nutrition, the media, everything tells us to eat, you know, 3 meals a day. Sometimes they tell us to eat 6 meals a day. Um, and I kind of question that sometimes. I'm kind of wondering, why so much food? Why so much intake? And talking to other people, they're like, you only need to eat really 1,200 calories a day. It doesn't matter when you eat the calories, just as long as you just have it one time throughout the day. It just makes you think, okay, well, what are the real reasons for a statement like 3 meals a day? Where is that really coming from? Is that coming from out of something for my best interests? Or is that coming to fill somebody's pocketbook? And I may or may have not discussed this before, but I do think it's really interesting. You know, I want you to be curious, and no matter where you are at your life, or the things that you're getting yourself interested in, or people that you find yourself interested in, or situations, really get curious. There's when I'm looking back at my life and the things that were happening recently to me, in regards to relationships, since that's the most freshest thing that I could think of and talk about here with you. Um, there was a lot of times when I just kind of took things as is, and I feel, looking back, I wish I was a lot more curious about things going forward, and I didn't take things for so much for granted. It just being good and things working out. Uh, you know, it's kind of like you have a feeling, and you want to be a part of something and a good feeling about it, but sometimes when you have certain feeling or questioning, bring those things to light. And I look back and I wish I could have brought things to light at certain times. And I feel like I did mostly, but there's some times maybe it didn't come through. But if you're questioning something, you have doubts, you need clarification, even if you're repeating yourself, and I do that a lot too, repeat myself. But I like to be as clear as I can be about things. I like to really know what it is. I like to have a good grasp of the material or whatever problem or issue that's coming at hand in front of me. But just to realize that, you're here you're here wherever you are. I'm here wherever I am, and wherever we are in our points in our lives, and the people that we do business with, the people that we talk to, the people that we surround ourselves with. Be curious about them as well. Ask them what's going on with their life. Ask them what's up. And this goes beyond just being curious about why somebody's telling you to do something. I think you should definitely genuinely be curious in other people and wonder about their well-being, making sure that things are going good on their end, or just asking them a little bit about their day. There is so much more that we can do for one another, and that's just the nature of being curious is asking, being present, being there for one another. So I want to leave you with this today. So after my whole meeting and everything, and everything that I'm going through right now, and what are some of the things that you might be curious about? What are some of the things that you wish you had asked somebody that maybe you didn't ask? What are the things, if you have an opportunity next time to talk about, what do you want to bring up? What are you curious about knowing? If somebody tells you to do something, are you just going to do it? Or are you going to question why? Why is it that I'm doing this? What is it that I need to be doing? So use your best judgment always, but I really think that being curious about things and wondering how things work is a great trait. And the more that you are curious about people, curious about life, the more that you're going to feel invigorated, alive, and wanting to be part of something bigger than yourself. So thank you so much for watching another episode. This is me, Melissa Garza, for BeEnspired. And thank you. And I love seeing how this is all going to come together and blossom and just grow. And I love for you, and I'm thanking you right now that you are a part of it. So have a great, blessed day. Bye-bye.